today's video, I'm going to be going over everything you need to know about attribute shards, how to get them, which ones are good, how to put them on armor, why can't you use certain ones of them, everything you need to know about attribute shards. If you guys enjoyed today's video, subscribe. Let's go with 5 million coins. Comment your favorite food along with your IGN, and if we hit 500 likes, I will roll it for 5 million coins. So do that. Let's get into the video. So attribute shards are a new type of enchant thing that is added to the game with the new Kudra boss, and there is a bunch of different attribute shards. Attribute shards are dropped from Kudra, which is the main boss in the other update. They are dropped from every single tier 1 through 5. And the higher tier up you go, the higher the odds are that you get a better or new piece of attribute shards. For example, Elite and Breeze, which are arguably two of the best attribute shards in the game currently, can only be dropped from tier 2, and you need to complete a tier 2 to access them. So if you ever see an X over something like Elite or Breeze over anything, that means you have not completed the Kudra required to actually access that thing. So that usually means you have to be Kudra tier 2 or Kudra tier 3 eventually when it comes out. Now, how do attribute shards work? Now, in addition to getting just plain attribute shards from the chest, which you can get both from free chests and the actual expensive chests, every single time you craft or drop a piece of armor, it comes with 2 random attribute shards. For example, Slug Boots that I just bought off age, it comes with Fishing Experience 1 and Mana Pool. So 2 completely different attribute shards. Now, attribute shards can only be applied to an armor that already has that attribute shard present. So for example, let's take Slug Boots and Life Regeneration. If we go and try to combine Slug Boots and Life Regeneration, it's not going to work because Slug Boot does not have Life Regeneration. However, if we try to combine it with something that already has Life Regeneration, for example, my Terror Armor, it will work. Now, you cannot add attribute shards to a piece of item that already has a higher tier presence. So, for example, this is Life Regen 2. If I try to add Life Regen 1 to it, it just won't work because I already have Life Regen 2. But if I had a Life Regen 2, I could apply it and become Life Regen 3, how it just works with normal enchants. Just now, you can only combine attribute shards with each other. So, for example, I can't add a Life Regen and Life Recovery, but I can add 2 life regens together, or 2 combos together, or 2 of, whatever it is, I can add those 2 together to craft the higher tier. That's how you kind of add them together with one another. Now, attribute shards go up to tier 5. However, you can only buy tier 3s on age, because once you get to tier 4 of anything, it becomes co-op soulbound. Now, this means that you can only buy tier 3s, so you'd have to buy tier 3s, not tier 5s. It's not really that big of an issue. You can just buy tier 3s and combine them instead of just buying straight tier 5s, so it's fine. Now, if you drop a piece of Kudra from a higher tier, the base attribute shards on it will be better. So, for example, if I dropped a Kudra, if I dropped Terra Boots, it could come with Speed and Undead Resistance if I dropped it from floor 1. But if I dropped it from tier 2, it could come with Breeze 2 and Life Regen 1. So it comes with better enchants the higher floors you go, the higher you drop it. So if I drop it from tier 2, it is better enchants, or it's a chance to have better attributes than if I was to drop it from tier 1. Now, you can also combine attribute shards with another set of armor that is similar in type. Now, when I say similar, I mean, for example, I can combine the Terror and Fervor Boots to combine the actual accessories. So, for example, I can stack both these things up, and we can turn it into Fervor Boots and transfer over all the stats. Or I could do it vice versa and just add the Fervor Boot stats onto the Terror Boots. Now, when combining 2 armor sets, it does not matter which enchants either one of them has. Let's just pretend this had Breeze and Life Regeneration. If I try to combine it, when it has Breeze and Life Regeneration, it will still have Breeze and Life Regeneration, whatever the thing on the left is. If I'm combining 2 of these, it will have the thing on the left. It will have these enchant reforges. If you do it vice versa, it will have these reforges. As we can see, it carries over whichever is on the left side in addition to what it is. So, for example, Fervor, Terror. Now, this does not work with other armor sets beside this. So, for example, Slug Boots, it's not going to work with Slug Boots. It's only going to work between the different armor sets. So, Terror, Crimson, Aura, Fervor, all that good jazz. But if you get stuck with a piece of armor that has really, really shit reforges, and you realize after you leveled it up that it is the 2 worst attributes in the game, it's fine. All you need to do is find a piece of armor that has good attributes and just combine both of them together, and then you can get the better attributes. So it does not matter what attributes you go for right now. You can go for whatever attributes you want to right now, and when eventually better and better ones come out, then you can just apply them and do that way. Attribute shards cannot be applied to items outside the nether. So I cannot apply attribute shard to my Valkyrie, I cannot apply it to my Necron armor. It is only for nether items. But what is the best actual attribute shards in the game? Because we've gone over how to combine them. You just combine two of the exact same kind. If they're different kinds, it won't work for the shards. Then you combine the shards into an armor that has a similar stat. So, for example, if my armor had combo, I could add combo onto it. If it had elite, I could add elite onto it. All that good jazz. Which ones are the best? Now, it's pretty hard to find on EH which ones you're looking for, because if I try to search up like combo, it won't show up. It'll only show up as attribute shards, only if I search up attribute. It can be pretty annoying. However, the best ones, generally speaking, are at the top. So currently some of the best ones include Blazing Fortune, because it's free magic find. Double Hook. It fishes up 2 secrets at once. This one's also super good. Elite is also super good, dealing 3% damage to bosses and mini bosses. So at tier 3 it'd be like 9% damage to bosses and mini bosses, which is super good. Life Recovery is another really good one, because it heals you each time you kill a mob, so it's basically like Siphon, except you can put it on different things. There's also some other ones as well, but there's a bunch of really, really good ones. Lifeline's pretty good. It's basically just Last Stand, except slightly different. Breeze is also good if you just plan on moving around without taking any damage, because it just decreases the mana cost of things. So if you don't plan on taking damage or traveling and doing something, it's super, super good. And something else people mostly forget is you can put attribute shards on your accessories. What I mean by this is not by accessories, sorry, I mean equipment. So if I go and take out my equipment, something else that not a whole lot of people know is you can actually put the same attribute shards that you put on armor onto your accessories. This means it's actually super, super good, because you can just combine it. It's really, really nice. For example, if you have elite on every single piece of armor, that could give you a 36, or like a 36 or a big damage. Something else not a whole lot of people know is you can put attribute shards onto your equipment, and they can be the exact same attribute shards as you put onto your armor. So for example, on my equipment right here, we see I have experience and undead resistance, which can be put on your armor. So that's something else you can do if you want to put it on. But attribute fusion is also how you change your armor sets. So this is only why I recommend go and max out an armor set. Go put stars on one armor set, because you can always swap it later. For example, I have Terror right now, but for whatever reason, if Terror becomes absolute dog shit in the future, I can swap it to Crimson or Aurora or whatever it is, as long as they share one attribute in common, or even they don't even have to share an attribute in common. But that is how you can swap it 1-to-1. So you go and max out a set, put attribute shards on it, do whatever you want to, because you can always swap it to something else later if you so wish. Either way, if you guys enjoyed today's video, subscribe. It would truly mean the world to me. I'll see you guys next one. Peace out.